What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. Today we are at Maidenhead Aquatics Maidstone and we are going to be doing a full shop tour of their tropical, cold water and marine fish. So let's head around the store and let's check it out. Now as we come into the shop, we are down in the southeast coast of the United Kingdom and we are going to be heading around this store. Now they've got a really nice selection of koi with these really cool indoor glass aquariums. They've also got a marine section as well with a small selection of corals and marine fish. And they've got some epic fancy goldfish in their display tank, which I've just been told has recently had a clean, so it's a tiny bit cloudy. And we're going to be heading around all of the different tropical fish that they've got and obviously the dry goods as well. So I'll start off with the koi section because that is just as you come in the front door. We've got a nice mix of Japanese koi. Now they've got these glass tanks, which I've never really seen a Maidenhead have before, but it has a really, really nice effect. Obviously both for children being able to see straight into the glass tanks, and a lot of koi keepers now are keeping fish with windows in, with the pond windows. And obviously you can see through the top as well. It's that top down look, as well as the side-on panel. So they've got some big guys in this tank, probably around the 12 to 16 inches. Now the colours will look better once they're outside in an outdoor pond, so they don't really have too much light above them at the moment and the colours will be a little bit washed out. Now I will glance over the dry goods, but we're mainly going to focus on the fish in this store. Now they do have a really cool selection of show quality or very large quality fancy goldfish. Now they have just had a water change, so it is a little bit cloudy in the tank, but they've got some really nice big ryukin. These are 6-7 inch fish. Lovely, lovely Kirin Ranchu as well there. You can see him compared to the size of my hand there. Some nice orandas in this. I think it's an Evolution Aqua tank being lit by one of the Kessel lights. We've also got the pond dry goods and the pond section outside, which has got lots of different plants, orf, goldfish. We've got some larger goldfish outside as well, shabumpkins, quite a small selection of pond fish, but we're mainly going to focus now on the tropical fish that they've got here. So first off, we're going to come to the better section, which you can see they've got these tanks here, and then we're going to head all the way down the system, all the way back round past the marine fish, and complete the store tour. So first off, each of these tanks is listed with the different fish that they've got. We've got some nice crown tail betta in this tank, with lovely blue colour and black coloration. You can see we've got a copper dragon, which is the white base with the red fins there. We can get the camera to focus on him, get a bit of a zoom in, and he's really interested in the black, I think it could be a samurai next door to him. The lovely black and white coloration. Now, as with all of the store tours, I am going to try and point out most of the oddballs. If you've been watching the channel for some months now, you would know that we do quite a lot of store tours, and I try to avoid the bread and butter fish as much as I can, because I'm sure all of you have seen those before if you're an avid fish keeper. We're coming now to the bread and butter fish, all of the live-bearer systems. We've got different platies, swordtails and mollies. And I did have a quick look round, and they've even got some saltwater mollies, which is the first Maidenhead Aquatics I've actually seen have saltwater mollies available. And then coming through, we've got the guppy section. And then we've also got some endlers. And now we're coming into some of the tetras and the trop fish. So we'll see what we can point out during the tropical fish selection. Now we are coming into where they got some of the dry goods. So we've got the fluval range, the aquamanta range, and all of the different test kits and medicines, and then all of your ornaments as well. So heading into the tropical fish, let's try and point out each tank, see what's available. You can see we've got some Judy Cories, some Rosy Tetras, we've got some lamp eyes in the next one and some X-ray Tetras, along with lots of little Amano shrimp tucked back there. And then up top we've got the black neons and the Otto Cinklus. We've got some Serpes in this aquarium, along with some more Otto Cinklus. These are pretty nice Cory, the Adolphi Cories, with that nice bronze spot behind the back of the head and that black pattern along the back. And then down we've got some Crebensis from Africa. You can see we've got some lovely males with striking yellow and orange coloration and the red bellies to them. And then we've even got some Coolie Loach tucked in the bottom there. Now there are sumps on each of these systems. We haven't got much in this one, we've just got an Oscar, I think it's an albino tucked at the back. Some really large African cichlids in the next sump. Now they are a little bit dirty, we've got a bit of algae on the front. That doesn't affect the fish whatsoever. In fact, some of the Mabuna will nip at that algae and eat it. We've got some really nice sized fish. I think we've got a mix of haps and peacocks and also the Mbuna as well. Check out the colour on this guy. The blue is absolutely stunning. Got huge. These have got to be 5, 6 inches, these guys. Real big adult fish. And then as we come up, we've got some gold laser Cories in here. Another high-end collector's Cory alongside the electric blue rams. Got quite a few plexos in here. I think these are the Queen Arabesque. And then we've got those alongside with the Siamese algae eaters and the rainbow fish. Up top we've got a selection of different barbs. We've got the albinos, the greens and the tigers. You can see we've got some big plex in this tank. I think they are the tiger plex. So we've got 3 big tigers in there. Apologies about the reflection. And we've also got a blue phantom just tucked down here with those blue emperors. Now in this tank we've got some diamonds, and these diamond tetras get a really lovely sheen to them as they get older, along with those panda Cories, which are really small in size. In this tank we've got some African dwarf frogs. There's loads in here. We've got some of the golden, whitish coloured ones, along with those standards. Now we've got some more oddballs in these tanks coming up here. We've got a few, I believe these are the golden nugget. Now I know there are quite a few different types of golden nugget. So you've got the L18, L85 and the L177. We've got some different rainbow fish from your blues to your Bosmanis. Some nice males in there with the showing their coloration off. And loads of ram's horn snails in there as well. And then coming up, we've got some Leprinus. So we've got the banded Leprinus. Get quite a big size, these up to around a foot long. And then we've got some royal plex in there. These are quite cool fish, quite a nice diver fish for monster tanks. We've got some more rainbows, some of the reds. Probably 3 inches or so. Up there. And coming down, I've just spotted a ghost knife tucked in the back there, alongside these rainbows. And there's also some Congo tetras and the blue-eyed bristlenose, which you can see just on the glass there. Coming down, we've got some rummy nose, more of your standard fish. We've got loads of ram's horn snails in here. Just spotted this flagfin Procholodus. Another fish that gets a good 12 to 16 inches in the right environment, alongside the albino ruby sharks, roseline sharks. We've got some absolutely tiny, I think these are African cichlids in here. We are coming to the African cichlid section, so I'm assuming these have been born and raised in the store. And just next to them, nearly would have missed them, looks like we've got some shovel-nosed catfish. Now I think that's a red-tail tiger shovel-nose hybrid. We've got 2 of those in there, which are really cool. And we've got the Buenos Aires tetras up top. I've spotted a plec just tucked back there. I've already seen this tank, but I couldn't quite see him. Got a really nice sort of orange tail to him, not sure what type. Could be a sunshine potentially, or a green phantom. And we've got some ember tetras, we've got some shell dwellers, which could potentially have parented those babies that we saw in the other tank. And then up top we've got loads of pearl gouramis and some standard bristlenose. Now coming down again to another one of the sumps, we've got loads more African cichlids. Really, really big hap in the back there, but it's very difficult to see due to the lighting. So let's move on to some of the other African cichlids they've got up here. So we've got mixed Malawis, we've got yellow labs, Demasoni, got some compressiceps, quite a few different Mbuna. We've got loads of different Synodontis catfish in there, the featherfin Synodontis, and we've also got the Frontosas as well. In the tanks below, we've got some different mixed angels, got some Bucephalandra alongside that Anubius on the bogwood and the lava rock, and then we've got some cool plex in here. There's just one dotted at the back. You can get them to focus past the electric blue Acara. And then we've also got Sultan pleco right in the front here. Really cool. Another plec that gets a decent size, up to that 6 to 8 inch mark. Now we are coming around to the fancy goldfish section. We've also got a few display tanks here, and then we will check out some of the marine fish they've got as well. So you can see we've got some smaller fancies down the bottom, from your Orandas, your red caps and your standard orange and reds, and also some telescopes. And then up top we've got some slightly larger fish. We've got the Ryukins, the telescope eyes, and some panda Oranda. There's some cool sort of calico telescopes in there. This guy's got a really nice facial pattern. They're all coming over thinking I'm going to give them some food. I'd say these guys are around that 3 to 4 inch mark. And they're priced at £45 or 2 for 80. Now before we head on to the marine section, which is just round there, I'm going to check out a few more of the tropical fish that they've got. Sort of standard Danio, swordtails, black phantoms. We've got some cool Gararufa in here. Nice algae eating fish. And then we've got your black widows, your white widows up top. And then more of the live bearers as we head around here. So we're now coming on to the marine section. They've got a really nice, not a big selection, but each of the tanks is really well stocked. So we've got 6 main tanks with the fish in, and then we've got a few different inverts in the other aquarium. So I'm going to start at the top section, where we've got a nice selection of damsels. So we've got the blue-green chromis, we've got the tomato clowns, we've also got a clown tang in there just up the top, a regal tang, fox face, and I think there is a Coran angel. So some of these fish get pretty big, but some lovely, healthy looking fish as well. Next up we've got the monos, and I saw loads of them in a huge tank on a recent trip to Brighton Sea Life Aquarium. We've also got a lovely angel here. Now I can't remember it could be an annularis alongside the flamingi or unicorn tang. And then there's a moray, which is a snowflake eel, just tucked in the rocks there. Trying to get some focus on him. Lovely, lovely snowflake eel just tucked back there. And then as we move down, we've got a lovely regal angel, a very good size one as well. He's got to be a good 6 inches. A beautiful fish. And these fish can be really, really difficult to keep. It looks very, very healthy. He's got that cleaner ass looking after him. And then we've also got some nice clownfish in there. And then next door, we've got loads more clownfish, along with the sailfin tang and the black bar chromis in there. It's another damsel fish. And then moving down to the bottom, we've got some blue damsels, regal damsels, and we've got that black scopas tang. All the fish are really, really healthy in this shop, and the marine tanks are super, super clean. And we've just got some cleaner wrasse firefish, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, we've got some saltwater mollies. Now these are absolutely brilliant at cleaning up any hair algae you get in your tank. Very, very good for cycling new marine systems. Very hardy fish as well. And it's good that this shop already offers them acclimated to the saltwater environment. So coming through, looks like they've got the Surge, Evolution Aqua Surge filter, which has got that built-in UV at the top running the marine system. So coming to the inverts, we've got some conches, some peppermint shrimps, got a few red mushrooms on the rock there. And then we've got some turbo snails. I can see a boxing shrimp just tucked back there. And also, can you see that sea hare? He's unfortunately facing away from us. And we've got some different hermit crabs. We've got the banded blue legs, a couple of sea urchins in there. And those guys are just going to town on all of that macroalgae on the rock. Got some feather dusters, and it looks like we've got some brittle stars. There's one tucked right in the back corner. And then we've got another one in that pipe section. Coming down to the last invert tank, we've got some camel shrimp and some Nasaria snails in here. And then just before we finish up the shop tour, we've got a marine display just here with a scopas tang and a few clowns. And this pajama wrasse as well. Got some nice softies in here, some Kenya trees and Sinularias. Also got some star polyps and the green star polyps there. Now I think this is one of the blue marine tanks on the cabinet. And moving round, we come to one of their coral aquariums where they got lots of different corals for sale. Got some Zoa gardens at the front here. And check out that green star polyp T-Rex skull, that's pretty cool. So they got one of the T-Rex skull ornaments, which has obviously been in there for a long time because it's covered in coralline algae, which has been encrusted in the green star polyps. We've got another section there. And we've got a nice mix of different frags. So from left to right, we've got pulsing xenia, we've got some green mushrooms, some trumpet corals, got some different zoas, clove polyps, Kenya trees, some Sinularias, hammers, and some Duncans as well. I can see we've got some large softies just tucked at the back there. And then right at the top, we've got a few different torches, some different green torches, which look really, really healthy. And that brings us to the last tank in the store. And then we've just ended up with some more of the dry goods. So we've got some of the NT Labs foods, some of the Hikari foods as well. Vitalis and obviously their standard Aquacare foods, along with some different display tanks from their Aqua Oak range and the Seabray aquariums. And that is the full shop tour here at Maidenhead Aquatics in Maidstone. And that is it for today's video here at Maidenhead Aquatics Maidstone. Really, really nice store with a real good selection of tropical fish, and they had some really, really cool fancy goldfish and koi as well. We've got plenty more shop tours to come and also some hobbyist home visits, and we're also going to be visiting some fish rooms very, very soon, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. But thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changers up, and happy fish keeping.